1,200 metres then for race number 3. Still a class 4 here for the thirds. Headed by Honest Way. Cheek Pieces go on. He's first up for the season. Super 18 was a course and distance winner last season. He's got a run under his belt already this. Cordyceps first up. He won on the final day, or his final start last season, course and distance. Complacency gets up from the 1,000 to the 1,200. Monkey Jewellery is on debut for John Size. Pacific Master as his first start out of Griffin Company. And Mutual Joy will jump from barrier 1 with Alvin Ung in the saddle. Chung Fa, comings and goings, Blazing Partners, and the first starter, Monkey Jewellery, and came back, well, they both came back on the 28th. It's just at the end of last week.
Very sweet orange, should be able to jump well. Super 18's drawn to sit probably on the back of the pace. Complacency maybe a touch closer. Where does Honest Way end up? He's won a trial going into this, but he has drawn barrier 8. Could be a little bit tricky. The newcomer Monkey Jewellery showed some speed or a little bit of pace in one trial, but the others is he's been back, so expect him to sort of settle towards the rear. But a good tempo possibly on show for the third.
Here is Honest Way. He's going nice enough, but as you mentioned, Brett, it's with that big weight, 133 pounds and barrier 8. It's going to find it a little bit awkward, I thought, in this particular race, but he goes nice enough here in the mornings, and he's got a new jockey at Douglas Wide aboard. 70-70, just working with Jin Jin King here. He's another one that's been going really nicely. Blinkers will come off him on race day. It's a 191 with the red saddle cloth. So he's just coming alongside his stablemate there, Jin Jin King. And I thought I'd show the first starter here at Chung Fa is Monkey Jewellery. You can see he's come back down. He's had 4 trials. He's 1,074 pounds. And I think there's plenty to work with there with him.
All right, we'll hear from Sam Clipperton, the jockey, very shortly. Start off, though, with some of the runners in action, and Cordyceps, who won at the back end of last season. Now, he doesn't trial very well, but I think he just saves it all for race day. That's
every chance, Andrew. This is a pretty good performance. He's still very green, got a lot to learn, but he's got a definite engine. Gelded in the off-season as well. Both his runs last season, terrific. As you say, trial was quiet. Interesting here, you can see Royal Mojito actually sort of holding his ground there in third. He's trialled enormous going into this for Matthew Poon, but I just wonder from 9 where he might end up.
Yeah, I like Cordyceps. I think he's got plenty of rating points in hand, and he is a lazy track worker, so I wouldn't read too much into that. I remember before his first start, he came out paying a massive price because he'd looked useless. And then he came out and ran really, really well, and he's come back out and won. So
yeah, beat King Opie as well.
Yeah, so saves it for race day.
Won this season already. All right, so that's Cordyceps. This is Super 18 and Complacency on the opening day.
I like Super 18 going into this. You can just see here he wanted to lay in a little bit under the apprentice, and he would prove to be a little bit of a difficult ride. But I see him ideally getting the box seat here, just on the back of the speed. Callum Murray, of course, will jump back aboard, back riding there on Sunday or Monday. And despite having to carry the extra weight, I think he'll come on a little bit for that Super 18, so he'll go back into the tips again for me.
Me too. 1,200 metres looks ideal. Barrier 2 does as well, so there's a lot of ticks there for him.
You can see here Complacency's gone back to the trials since then, and I thought this was a remarkable performance. When you look at that performance we saw before and how much he's come on into this trial, I think you want to watch him closely. Definite contender.
Yeah, I think the step up in trip will suit him as well. He had a try of it last season. His win came over the 1,000 metres. That's Complacency, so he's place favourite at this stage. First starter, though, is Monkey Jewellery. Let's hear from his jockey, Sam Clipperton.
Sam, Monkey Jewellery makes his debut on Monday. You've had a bit to do with him. What's he like?
He's a nice horse. He's had a few trials now and taking a little bit of time to work out his craft and a bit of education, but his last trial was very nice. Handled it all well and hit the line very strong. So fortunately we've got a bit of an awkward barrier to contend with on Monday, but bit of luck in running, and provided he can travel throughout, I think he can run a nice race.
He looked a little bit raw in that barrier trial most recently. Is this going to be a good opportunity for him to really learn and gain some experience from going to the races?
For sure, yeah. As I said, John's giving him a good grounding. He's taken him to the trials a good few times, and in my opinion, it was his last trial that he really sort of started to click and work it out. So if he can take that barrier trial to the races on Monday, like I said, provided he can have some sort of run from the awkward gate, I think he can run well.
looking back at last Wednesday night, well done on getting on the winners board there. Must be nice to get the monkey off the back for the season.
For sure, yeah, it was a nice feeling. It's been a bit of a slog getting going this season. I missed the first 2 meetings due to suspension, so it's been a bit slow, but felt good to cross the line first.
Yeah, got some good rides coming up on Monday. Sam, Monkey Jewellery. I like the name. I quite like the horse as well. 6 million through the ISG sale. One more to have a look at here, and it's Very Sweet Orange. The final one we'll see here. Mi Choi and Derek Lund from Barrier 3.
I'm going to tip this horse. I think he's a nice horse going forward. The little query I've got is whether or not he may take the run. He's actually had 2 trials leading in. You can just see here, just edged a little bit final stages and finishes off in 4th position. But he's had another trial, and I think that's improved him a little bit. From the 3, he should probably lead this race, or if not, be very handy to the pace. I think he'll give a decent kick with the 2 trials under his belt.
Yeah, he might. Well, he might improve a lot. But those trials there, he just looked a little bit. You know, I thought he was entitled to hit the line a bit stronger. That was all.
All right, yeah. I've got Umberto winning the first 2, Paul. He's on the favourite here in the 3rd.
And I've got him on top, actually. I haven't got him in the first 2, but I've got him this one. There we go. Italy's gone clear. Cordyceps, I think he's a nice horse with plenty of rating points in hand. 70-70 showed some good ability last season. Blinkers come off him. I think he can run nicely. On the Conquest, he's changed stables, and his track work was really good before his last start. And that was at Happy Valley, and he wasn't out on the track at all. So you just forget that run. And at a price, I think he can run a race. And Super 18, we talked about him earlier on. I think the 1200 looks ideal. 3, 7, 8 and 2, but do like the 3.
There's a lot of horses in this race I think you can make claims for. I'm going to go with Very Sweet Orange. I'll take the chance at an each-way price that he can be very handy to the speed, if not lead, and kick pretty strongly. I think he's a reasonable type of horse who can definitely win in this class. Super 18 with a run under the belt, should box seat right behind him. Complacency highlighted in that trial that he's come on since his first up run. And Cordyceps does look a nice horse, no doubt. So 10-2-6-3. There's a couple of others in the race as well that you can make a claim for.
Absolutely, yeah. But Cordyceps and Complacency, that's the Quinella for me. But Monkey Jewellery, interested to see how he'll run on debut.